Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 6 of Tomb World Survival. So a quick recap of the goals that we've got going on. A network of tunnels, which I have started, but barely. A hospital, which we don't quite have yet. We kind of have a prisoner hospital. And I make up a goal, and I haven't decided what that goal should be yet either. Alright, let's get rolling. So last episode, we did get raided by some tribals, and Stormy got beat up a little bit. Tony had a birthday and got a bad back. Aggro got a minor carcinoma, which is currently growing in his heart. I wasn't even sure. I've not even really heard of carcinoma in the heart, but there you have it. It happens, and we have contracted it somehow. Yeah, so all's going well is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Oh, Tony here is currently starving. So that's good, too. Well done, guys. Really taking care of one another here. James is no longer in a sadistic rage, at least, which means catharsis. That's going to be a little bit of a mood help. We're waiting to do a surgery on our carcinoma aggro friend until Stormy is better healed and able to do the surgery without success failure. So that's important. And Stormy is hungry as hell. And also patching up our prisoner. Some of the other prisoners here we just kind of threw into a pile out there, hoping not to see them, you know, not sharing a line of sight or anything like that. Alright, Jane's here is working on... I'm going to force him to finish up this job. This will be the eventual hospital. So we're reclaiming some of the blocks that we used because the hospital is going to have to shrink. So what I'm going to do is... I guess I'm not allowed to build a roof, and there's already a roof here. So I'm going to remove the roof that's here. Which means this hospital is shrinking even more, because if I want to double insulate it, it's going to have to shrink a bit more. So what we're going to do is have a really small, really uncomfortable hospital. It doesn't have to be that small. I can start expanding to the south. Additionally, I wanted to move my door here. So I was going to have it be like this. So we'll start installing that. Tony is still healing up from the flu, albeit slowly. As you can see, it's very easy to see the built roof anywhere that it exists. Alright, no, I'm really not going to offer anyone safety. That is not something I'm about to do. Alright, we are trying to take care of radiation. So the radiation that we received was a direct result of attempting to get as much wool as we could. And because we don't have the network of tunnels that we eventually will want, we got irradiated for it. So the hospital is going to be about this big, which sucks. It's real small. What I can do is move it a little bit westward. But let's get the wall for it. So now this wall will be double insulated because there is a pocket of no mountain to our east. Alternatively, we could just make this like a battery room or something like that because it is so small and somewhat costly to move this door. In fact, I think I'm going to not have it be a wood door if it's in the hospital. The doors that we had were mostly for... the doors that we had were mostly because we wanted to open and close hospitals quickly. And I don't really care if... Yeah, basically, this isn't going to be a hospital. This is going to be some sort of battery room or something like that. Alright, all the daylilies died. Now, normally I'd be upset by that, but actually it allows me to level up a little bit more. How's this flu coming? We're okay. Quality tending is pretty low, though. That's right, you heard me. You could be doing a better job of doctoring. Alright, so Stormy no longer has radiation. Janes and Aggro are at minor. Takes a long time. I designed it that way, but it takes a very long time to lose your radiation. On purpose. And as you can see, the radiation rots corpses pretty quick. They're going to be nothing but skeletons pretty soon. Quick checkup on my food. Yeah, we're going up in rice. Whoa there. Yes, this is for prisons. Okay. I see the issue. Aggro. Would you be so kind as to build this door? And we're going to build a wall there too. Janes, you are going to be no rad restricted. We did just build some roofs. What I'm going to do is ignore a bunch of roofs. Transport pod crash. Omega. Well, Omega, you already have a blocked artery in your heart. You like to eat extra. And you are really way too far for us to rescue. I think what I'm going to do is change around some lavish... Okay. So we're not going to allow raw food anymore so they don't keep messing with the NPM. Alright, there we go. Now the NPM is for us and not prisoners only. I can close the overlay. Let's see. Down here, we have not continued to mine, but for not any specific reason. Ooh, uranium ore. I like the sound of that. Incapacitated refugee. Yeah, there's absolutely no way that we can even consider that trip. That is so beyond our ability to respond to. It's almost laughable. It's funny that the whole world is irradiated and here we are mining out uranium out of a mountain. Like, you'd think we'd have enough uranium already, right? Or at least, I don't know. The world is full of carbon-14, I suppose. Tony, you are extreme flu, but you're fine. Actually, if this is just going to be some random room, I'm just going to remove the flooring here. Doesn't need fancy flooring. Sorry, Mr. Prisoner Dude. Now, we're just letting this prisoner heal up. It shouldn't actually be that hard to get this prisoner to the edge of the map, because I am at the edge of the map, but I'm not ready to go just yet. Alright, Tony is now flu immune. Good on you. Now we're waiting for Stormy to heal up fully. This is a good way for Tony to skill up on growing. In fact, as long as I don't have any food that is urgent, what I'll do is reduce the priority of growing for everyone else. Because Tony, the way leveling up works is you level up your skill for how long you spend doing a task, not how well you do a task. So because she has really bad flu and also a bad back, she takes longer to plant, but for every single spot that she's planting daylilies, she's gaining a lot more experience than someone else would. Which is kind of cool, if you ask me, which nobody did. Looks like Stormy is fully healed. So that means doing the surgery, I hope. I'm going to temporarily use the double bed, turn into a hospital. Aggro here is going to have an operation with regular quality meds of excising a carcinoma that's growing on his heart. So this costs a lot of medicine. This is costing 5 meds for one operation. So this is not something to be done often. Or if it is, it will require a lot of meds. So that is... Oh, and all right, Stormy was inspired surgery, so that's kind of awesome. All right, Tony, you get to sleep here because Aggro is in your bed right now. And we are still working on towards microelectronics. It's been a while. It's been a minute. I'm trying to get that. I still have some steel walls, which are obviously not very protective. Additionally, anywhere that I share a boundary with the outside, I really ought to mine out and replace with proper stone walls. Because if they aren't stone walls, what could end up happening is sappers could start sapping their way in, and I would have no ability to remove, or rather repair, the walls that they're using to sap. Standing lamp. Let's get a standing lamp back there, and then I'm going to start running some power around the perimeter of the map rather than through the middle of the room. Put it in buildings. So this lamp is going to go here. And this heater needs some love. The heaters generate a teeny bit of light, so I'll sort of move them around, act as a little bit lighting. Now there is a risk that enemies will destroy my cables running it like this, so as long as I don't have anything important back there, I'm okay with this. The shaman is fully ready to be released, so let's go ahead and release him. I have very little interest in feeding multiple mouths. Alright, and the NPM is back up and running. I've hidden a lot of the cables so that this area is less ugly, because exposed cables is ugly. Stormy's asleep, so he can't kick Levago out. Look at what would it be of Levago had Levago not been captured. Would be literally Skeletor already. That doesn't look fun to be dead like that. And now that we are done digging out a room-sized area up north, we'll start to mine out the south, which is what I've been waiting for. All right, so he exited all nice and healthy, meaning that we might not have an enemy soon. Or more enemies. I'm going to start making... Actually, let's forbid that one. I'm going to start making some additional benches with the steel I'm getting. Does mean I need more steel. But I've struck pay dirt over here, steel-wise. Microelectronics is done. Fantastic. One of the issues I'm going to have is if I want a high-tech research bench, I sort of need a lab. I sort of don't have a lab. I'm well aware of this. So I suppose I could actually put a lab in here. That wouldn't be the worst use of this space. So I'm going to start to wall off the farm with proper walls, which is a costly, lengthy project, but for right now, what I will do is set up some research of low-tier stuff like beer brewing. And that way we can research without the lab. Tony, do you cook? Ooh, you really don't cook. You have a cooking of 0. Okay. The exasperated sigh. I think all I can do is hope that Tony just sort of hangs out near Stormy and they get a relationship. That would be excellent. So if you're wondering why I am adding walls around the farm, it's to make the farm look nicer. I live underground, you know? I can afford the time to make my cave look nice, in my opinion. And then the same will be true over here eventually. What I can do is expand my kitchen to the edge of whatever, so I can store more food if need be. Now another thing I have to look at is, yeah, some of this is not permitted zones. Alright, so Tony, you are botching just about everything you can, plant-wise. A burning passion for plants, but absolute dunce at doing so. Janes, you are break risking. You're entombed underground. Well, I can fix that. I'm just going to have you stand here for a bit. How's everyone else? Yeah, everyone else feels entombed. No? Okay. Well, clearly that didn't work. What I'm probably going to do is... No, I can't really stop them from doing that. So I'll just keep them standing here. Yeah, see, would you rather be, What I need is undergrounders. Clearly. Alright, Janes, you still have radiation from the last time you were out. Aggro, are you all? Yep. Aggro's almost healed. Uh-oh. Janes is in a daze. Yeah, this is a problem, because dazes allow them to wander, and wandering is very not safe. Oh boy. And now this is turning into a boxing match. Everyone loses when there's a boxing match like this. Alright. Let's rescue him instead of capturing. Tony, would you be so kind as to haul this stuff back inside for us? It might also be a good opportunity for Tony to level up some medicine. It does. It will help to have 2 doctors, because if you only have 1 doctor, the possibility of the 1 doctor that you have not having the ability to do medicine on themselves can be fatal. And that probably didn't help their relationship any. No, they're actually still pretty close. Squabble platoon friends, right? No, aggro, I don't want you to use the big meds. Or Stormy to use the big meds on aggro. They're for carcinomas only, pretty much. All right, back to some farming. I still need warm clothes. This has been true for a while now. I am also going to need to, let's go ahead and do this. Just put my batteries in here. Tony, you were supposed to haul the tea. And then put you back on the restrictions. All right, the farm's getting nicer. The next thing will be to smooth out the floor of the farm, because that will allow us to move around the farm a little faster. James is back to a break risk. Do I have a... I don't have a social... a sane drug policy. No, I do. I guess I do. I'm just going to risk addiction by allowing Jane to drink a little extra. Volatile's really not helpful. And then the intense pain is a problem. Now that we have beer brewing, let's see. Smithing would be nice, and we don't need a very fancy bench for that. Has there been wooing attempts? Yes. Rebuffed twice, and... yeah, it's only been one direction so far. So as you can see, we did some automatic roof building, but of course, you all now know that that doesn't protect us from anything. All right, there's another bench, and I'm going to grow cotton. We also have the ability to get comms and orbital trade. Orbital trade is a little tricky because we don't have a roofless area to really do trade in. So that's going to be a little challenging, I suspect. That will be future me's problem. I usually kick problems to future me. Future me does not appreciate it. But present me loves it. Screw that future me, right? Okay, we're almost done walling off this brand new farm. I really ought to probably get Agro's bed. You know what? We actually made it bigger than we needed it to be. Now the problem here is, the problem I foresee, being... It's kind of a bad spot for a bedroom, only because the heat has to travel through 2 doors, not 1. So the venting won't be all that helpful. So either what we could do is probably move this stockpile somewhere else. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Which means maybe putting it back here. For now, I'll just kick the problem a little bit down the line. Fortunately, we have a lot of steel as income. This node is even bigger than I thought it would be. So that's always helpful. And I'm sure there's a lot of metals in this mountain that I'm unaware of. So I'll eventually work to do inventory. What I'm going to do here, and actually here, is leave that for the doors. Now, the reason I wasn't too worried about using up my wood is we can always buy it from orbital traders. Orbital traders often carry wood, and wood's not that expensive, so... So that was sort of the idea of a solution I had. I'm actually going to finish off the bedroom before I do anything else. Still major breaking, huh? You're in intense pain because... Here. You're entombed underground. Let's do a little... Everyone who's entombed underground gets a moment above ground. Let's refill their outside needs. Jane's hasn't re-equipped weapons yet. Everyone that has attacked us has had basically pistols. Or, knives, rather. Yeah, it's not that much nicer out here. Aggro, I have no idea why you went up that, but alright. Now, another question I guess I have for all of you is, do you think I should remove the trapped underground or keep it? I'm of the mind of keeping it because it only increases the challenge of this, but considering that we might be multi-generation underground, it's weird to think that the people that I have might not even know what above ground is, really. I mean, I guess they do brief jaunts above ground, but you would never miss it because it's always trying to kill you. But I don't know. Just let me know what you think. Alright, and there is a bedroom. A nice, warm, soon-to-be comfortable, and pretty bedroom. Soon you'll be losing your serious pain once you heal up. And I haven't forgotten, I need to make a hospital. What I might end up doing is having a hospital research lab combo. What I'm trying to do is finish all of my current needs first. Meaning right now I need bedrooms and then I will need other things. Aggro now has a nice bedroom. Thanks, Tony, for disturbing his sleep. Very thoughtful. And I think to mitigate the in darkness, let's first run power along my walls. And then we can install a light all the way down there. We can put this light down there. Beautiful. Now we won't have the slow debuff or the in darkness or any of that jazz. We'll be able to go full speed. This is quite a lot of space, usable space. It will probably end up looking something like this. Maybe even a little bit larger. A nice, spacious lab slash hospital. Now, I haven't really been using their lack of radiation in a while. Let's see, aggro. If I was going to send you topside, there's really not that much stuff to do because there's not a lot of stuff that's within safe distance until I create a tunnel network. Because if we were to go... Yeah, I mean, I could grab some of the steel, but I don't need steel that bad. Certainly not bad enough to be harmed for it. One thing I would like to do is to maybe create a wall like this. Down here and over like this. And this will stop people from coming behind my power grid. And then if I build one like here, likewise, it will stop people from getting to the bottom right side of the map. So I guess I am going to unrestrict briefly and start to work on this said wall. What I think I'm going to do actually is not make it in marble. I'm going to make it in granite, which means aggro, I want you to finish cutting and instead using your lack of radiation to grab granite stones from outside. And we'll get a little irradiated as a result, but have a much more superior construction material. That was a very brief flash storm. All right, and I'll have to be keeping a close eye on his radiation buildup if he's going out like that. Also, if I am to make a hospital, I will need the high-tech research bench because that is a prerequisite of the hospital bed. So I'm aware of that. So I think what I'll do is add my tunnel network to my home zone. keeping it clean. Because Tony doesn't usually have a lot of work to do. I guess she's doing some work here. What I'm going to do is put some hops in here. We have a lot of psychoid. We can start on the hops. All right, aggro, you are. Let's keep getting granite specifically. Spending all of your lifeblood for the granite. All right, looking good. Soon we'll have beer. Beer and tea, the combination of the two will really help to sort of level out people's moods. But alas, I am out of time. So if you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. If you'd like to join in on being able to decide what goes on the weekly poll, just hop on Rhadamant.com to the support me page and you can read up on that. If you have any suggestions for the series or would just like to chat, Discord is the best place to do it. If not there, then in YouTube comments. And I do hope that you tune in next time. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all later. Adios.